Okay, good morning students. Today we shall pass on to the problem number 22. Following is the receipts and the payments account of Neyveli Science Club. So, in the books of Neyveli Science Club, Neyveli Science Club. So what we are supposed to prepare? Prepare income and expenditure account for the year ended 31st December 2018 and the balance sheet as on the date. So we must prepare both income and expenditure account and balance sheet. Income and expenditure account of income and expenditure account for the year ended 31st December 2018. Since it is an account, write debtor and creditor. It is ledger like debtor, creditor. I repeat once again, when you write the heading income and expenditure, you start with this expenditure in the box. Expenditure rupees and income rupees. This we should write. Okay, now we go to the problem. I remind you once again, when we prepare income and expenditure account, all the items related to this accounting year only must be shown. Whether it is received or not as income, whether it is paid or not as expenditure, the amount related to this accounting year, that is ending this date, that is January to December 2018, only should appear here. Okay, in that case, the first one is subscription. Income by subscription. Before writing the amount, you should see whether there is any pending or outstanding here. If it is for some other years, all these things you should go through and find the answer. What is it? Subscription amount is 8,700. This includes additional information, point number 2. Subscription includes 600 for the year 2019, for next year. What I said just now, the items related to this current year should alone be written down. This subscription totally received 8,700. This includes 600 for 2019, that is for the future year, and therefore it should not be shown less 2019 subscription, that is 600. It is given under additional information. So the balancing amount, the remaining amount is 8,100, which is meant for this accounting year 2018. Then the next item, sale of science equipment. Sale of science equipment. Science articles are revenue items. Science articles are revenue items. Science equipments are capital items. Sports articles are revenue items. Sports equipments are capital items. Here this is science equipment, and therefore we should not write the amount here, but when the equipment is sold away, if there is any profit, you write on the income side, and if there is any loss, write it on the expenditure side. This is very important. So once again I repeat it. If any capital item is sold away, that should not appear under income and expenditure account, but at the same time, if there is any profit on the sale, that should be appearing, or that will appear under income side, and if there is any loss, that will appear under expenditure account. Here the book value of science equipment 5,000, but it was sold away for 6,000. There is a profit. Therefore, by profit on the sale of science equipment, science equipment, science equipments, 1,000 rupees, because book value 5,000, it was sold away for 6,000, therefore profit earned is 1,000. Okay, I have written it. Then miscellaneous income, this is also given, it is an income by miscellaneous income. Miscellaneous income 500 rupees. 500 rupees. Okay, then go to the payment side. The first item itself, postage expenses. To postage expenses. Postage expenses 200. The next item, science equipments purchased. Just now I said equipments, whether it is science equipment or sports equipment, these equipment items are capital items, so that item will not appear here. If it is science articles, it is an expenditure, we will write it here, but it is equipment and therefore don't write. The next one, laboratory expenses. Laboratory expenses. Laboratory expenses 2,400. Then secretary's honorarium. Secretary's honorarium 5,000. Then next one, audit fees 3,600. to general charges. To general charges, 1,800. To exhibition expenses, to exhibition expenses. This is an expense, but we should not write it on the expenditure side. Why? If only the receipts, you can see the receipt side, I left it exhibition fund receipts. Here exhibition expenses. These are the two items given without any more instruction. You can write the receipt on the income side and the expenses on the expenditure side. It's very important. See that. If only receipts and the payment side, income for exhibition and the expenses on exhibition is given, then we can write income on the income side and the expenses on the expenditure side. But here, see the additional information, point number 4. Surplus on account of exhibition should be kept in reserve for new auditorium. New auditorium கட்டுறதுக்கு அந்த சர்ப்ளஸாக இருக்கக்கூடிய அமௌண்ட்டை, அதாவது எக்ஸிபிஷனில் வந்த இன்கம், அதில் ஸ்பெண்ட் பண்ண அமௌண்ட், அதெல்லாம் போக மீதி இருக்கிற அமௌண்ட், தட் ரிமைனிங் அமௌண்ட் should be shown as a reserve. So, since this instruction is given, this will not appear here in the income and expenditure account. That will definitely appear under balance sheet liability side. You understand it now? It is very important. I once again repeat it. If only the exhibition receipts and the expenses are given, we can write the receipts on the income side and the expenses on the expenditure side and leave it. The problem is over. But when there is some instruction given, if the excess of income over expenditure, excess of receipt over the expenses should be kept as a reserve. Reserve for new auditorium. Since this instruction is given, those two items will not appear under income and expenditure account. That will definitely appear under liability side of the balance sheet. Okay, this is very important. Okay, then now almost we have written all the items. Now we can close it and find the values. Yes, on the income side, 9,600. And the expenses side, 13,000. So, in this problem, expense is more than the income. So, it is a deficit where we should write the greater number of those two is 13,000. and the amount missing on the income side is 3,400. 3,400. So that should appear here. 3,400 is the balancing figure on the income side by deficit. Excess of expenses over income. Expense is over here. Excess of expenses over income 3,400. Once again I repeat the same. Here we should prepare income and expenditure account for the year ended 31/12/2018. So we should select the items from the given data which are relevant to this year, not for some other years. And also you should not attend balance carried down or brought down, because those items will appear only in balance sheet. When we do the balance sheet, I shall explain once again. In this, the very first item is subscription 8,700. I said just now, the amount subscription related to this year alone only should be shown, but in the additional information it is given. For 2019, this 8,700 includes 600 rupees for the year 2019. Therefore, you minus and show this is the amount related to this accounting year that we have returned. Then, next item, science equipment. That science equipment we should not write here. And also, just now I said exhibition fund receipts. Fund receipts and expenses. Receipts can be shown here and expenses can be shown here. If there is no condition given under additional information like this, surplus on account of exhibition should be kept in reserve for new auditorium. Since there is a condition, don't write the income on exhibition and the expenses on exhibition here. So don't write it because there is a condition. Then if we pass on to the science equipment is a capital item. If the capital items are purchased or sold away, those values should be taken as a capital value, capital items. But when those equipments, since it is a capital item, if it is sold away for profit, the profit should be shown on the income side, and if there is any loss on the sales, that should be shown on the expenditure side. Here 5,000 book valued science equipment is sold away for 6,000, therefore there is a profit, therefore profit on the sale of science equipment 6,000 and miscellaneous income 500. These are all the three items which appears under income side. And if you go to the expenditure side, that is payment side, postage expenses, laboratory expenses, secretaries honorarium, audit fees, general charges, and that those items only can be written. And the expenses on exhibition should not be written here. Exhibition expenses should not be written. As I said just now, the reason. Okay, now we can find the total of income side 9,600, expenditure side 13,000. Here expenditure is more than the income, so this is the greatest number. So you write on both sides. Where it is lesser, the total is lesser on the income side. How much is lesser? 3,400, because income is lesser, there is a deficit. By deficit, excess of expenditure over income I have written. That's all the income and expenditure account.